And we are joined now by Christine Brennan, has a book on her game, Caitlin Clark and the Revolution in Women's Sports. It is available for purchase now, and the book debuted at number 2 on the New York Times bestseller list. So congratulations with that, Christine.
Well, thank you. We'll have to give a little credit to the interest in and the power of Caitlin Clark, but it's great to be with you guys. Thanks so much for having me.
Hey, Christine, you should have been number 1. I'm number 2. I'm stunned. I know I'm not trying to be greedy. How are you not debut number 1 on the New York Times bestseller list? Seriously.
Well, they have meetings and they add everything up. And there was a book on the assassination attempt on President Trump called Butler, and that's a really fine journalist. She's got a lot of. I have not read the book, but I'm sure she's got a lot of information. So I'll take number 2.
Okay.
New York Times bestseller, instant bestseller. It's such an honor because literally, you guys, a year and 2-3 weeks ago, we didn't even have a book. This was like the moment, you're seeing this Caitlin Clark phenomenon. I've covered women's sports for my, the length of my career, and men's sports, Super Bowls, Olympics, you name it, Tiger Woods, and having never seen anything quite like this in a female athlete, especially a team sport athlete. The magic of Caitlin Clark. She's an athlete, a basketball player, obviously, but she's also an entertainer, very much like Tiger Woods in terms of those logo threes and chucking it from the parking lot and it goes in. And I thought, let's get behind this. I got a chance to ask her 40 to 50 questions. Her mindset, she's great. She's just so forthcoming, loves to talk about anything, her all the fun antics on the court, everything about Iowa. And of course, then I was with the Fever traveling and had some access to exclusive access to some practices too. So it's really a story of last year and Iowa and Title IX and all the girl next door, all grown up, here she is, America, Caitlin Clark. And that's what I tried to do with this book.
Yeah. And her teammate came out, Sophie Cunningham, right? And basically said anybody who doesn't think she's the face of the league is Michigana, crazy Christine Brennan. And I don't understand it. I really don't. And I get it. You've been covering sports for a long time like me. And I think sometimes when former athletes are involved and other people have skin in the game, it's hard for them to really want to be honest or objective about somebody who's in their arena. Is that the case you see here? Because from the outside looking in, as just a reporter or a writer or a columnist or analyst, it's just obvious to me, and yet there's still people pushing back on her.
Yeah, well, the TV ratings, the attendance, moving to the bigger arenas, it's all for Caitlin Clark, all of it.
She's the Harlem Globetrotters, right? That's what I say.
Yeah. And the barnstorming in college, when people were standing in line for hours in January, February, in the cold outside of Ohio State and University of Maryland and Indiana University to pack those huge arenas, like it's a Taylor Swift concert or Springsteen or Beyonce, to watch a woman play basketball. I mean, I've never been able to say that sentence before, and then it's carried over right to the WNBA. My favorite stat in the book, among many that tell the story, guys, is that for the Fever's average home attendance for last season, Caitlin Clark's rookie year, so Caitlin and the Fever, the average home attendance for the Fever was higher than the average home attendance for 5 NBA teams. I mean, again, we've never seen anything like this in women's team sports, usually individual athletes, female athletes, right? Olympians, tennis players, Serena, Venus, Simone Biles, Katie Ledecky, but we've never seen an athlete come from a college team sport and just capture the nation the way she has. And yes, there's been pushback. I've talked to a lot of people, a lot of reporting, breaking news in the book, the Olympic snub, why they didn't want her on the team. I broke that story back in June of last year, and there's more reporting about just the contradictions of, she's not playing well. Well, she was playing a lot better than Diana Taurasi, who they gave the going-away present to at 42 years old, which was just a terrible mistake at the time, looks worse today. TV ratings were down, attendance was down, what could have been with Caitlin Clark. And then the same thing we see with the WNBA, where there's just this pushback. She is the economic, rocket ship of this league. She is its financial future, very much like Tiger with men's golf. And men's golf, I covered the length of that. I covered every bit of Tiger's career. Within a few weeks, the golfers were like, okay, we get it. We want to beat him, but we understand how important he is. The rising tide lifts all boats. And the WNBA still, year 2, now she's been injured, but we see those numbers plummet, fall off a cliff.
Oh, big time.
TV ratings when she's not there. And yet there still seems to be this reluctance to understand the magnitude of Caitlin Clark.
Christine Brennan, our guest. I wonder if I'm glad you said that last part there, because I wonder, do you think players are associating you can't be the face of the league if you're not the best? The best is Asia Wilson, or and
right.
You think that's part of where they're saying they're looking at it from a competitive player standpoint. The best player, she's not even a top 5, 6, 7 player. Why is she the face? You think that's a part of it where they can't separate kind of the marketing, the money that's being brought in versus the best players?
Yeah, that's a great point. And yeah, sure. And she's not. She's not the best player yet, and she may never be the best player, right? We have no idea where this is going with her. Obviously, she's terrific, but she's the most entertaining, and she's the most popular. That is not insignificant, right? And she's an excellent player. I mean, she was obviously, in the all WNBA first team, 4th in the MVP voting, Rookie of the Year, Runaway Rookie of the Year. And again, bringing what is important, I think, for the players and the lack of leadership. I like Kathy Engelbert, but the league has failed the players time and again. That's not my voice. That's Dr. Harry Edwards, obviously great civil rights leader, great humanitarian. Mm-hmm. I quote him in the book. I've got Tamika Catchings. I've got Brianna Scurry. Wonderful black voices, wonderful white voices. I go there, guys. I go with my reporting and on her game. I really, in addition to the magic and the logo threes jumping off the page and sports and fun and Caitlin Clark insight behind the scenes, but I also want to deal with these issues. It's a 74% black league.
Well, let me ask you this.
That.
I want to get there, Christine. That was my next question, and I'm glad you brought it up. Is it about race, or because I think it's twofold? Because I do believe there's just jealousy, and we saw this in the NBA. I bring it up all the time. When players were given a chance to vote for the All-Star game, Christine, 150 didn't vote for LeBron, and 185 didn't vote for KD. You know what I mean? So there's a degree of jealousy, but is there racism as well when it comes to Caitlin Clark?
There is no way you can take race out of this story, for sure. And, it's set against I followed, the book ends in April. We got it out very, very quickly. It's as fresh as can be, as a book can be. But it's about last season, of course, and it's set against, the backdrop of a political, presidential campaign in a very polarized country. But at 74% black league, never got the attention it deserved from the mainstream sports media. We can all agree on that.
Yes.
Right,
I wish that it happened to Maya Moore, right? Of course, young Caitlin Clark's favorite player. I wish it would happen for Candace Parker, Cheryl Swoops, that they would be household names, that they would be, being discussed in the produce section the way that Caitlin Clark is. But it didn't happen for them. And it's happening now. And one point that I make, and I've got, again, a lot of reporting on this and talking to other people, that the spotlight now shining on Caitlin Clark also shines on all the players who deserved it, never got it, but now are getting it. You see it in the All-Star voting, right? Asia Wilson, arguably, and we can say, I think we agree, the best player in the league, certainly over the last few years. Nafisa Collier's having a terrific season with Minnesota. We'll see how that all plays out moving forward. But Asia Wilson didn't get 100,000 votes 2 years ago for the All-Star voting. Now she's approaching 1 million votes. The rising tide lifts all boats, right? People are watching Caitlin Clark. They're appreciating Asia Wilson for the first time. They should have appreciated her before. I mean, some did, but the mass interest. The Fever are like a men's major league team now in terms of social media interest, attendance, ratings, everything. That's the attention they're getting. To me, you have those eyeballs. Now they're seeing the players that they were missing all those years. A mass audience interest in a women's team sport has never happened before, and it's happening because of Caitlin Clark. But yes, race certainly plays a role, and the WNBA's lack of having conversations about this, meeting the moment. That's Dr. Harry Edwards, the great civil rights leader, advocate, super smart man, a good friend. He's saying those words about what should have been done last year. Not because the players are damsels in distress. Of course they're not. They're great athletes and they're college graduates. But because nothing like this had ever happened to any women's league, or really the magnitude of any league period, where you could have one person bring it from so far down and bring it up to qualifying as a major league sport. And that's Caitlin Clark. And that's the storyline that, again, the WNBA, the void that was there, the vacuum, because the leadership of the WNBA and the NBA didn't see that the moment was going to be this, the magnitude of this moment, and also so fraught in our polarized society.
All right.
Well, hey, the new book On Her Game, Caitlin Clark and the Revolution in Women's Sports, available for purchase now. Congrats on the book. And Christine Brennan, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate
it. Good luck.
Thank you, guys. Thanks so much, Rob, Kelvin. Take care.
Bye-bye.
I appreciate it.